Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. We are not starting yet. We'll start in 3 minutes. Okay, we are just opening the room for you to join. Okay, let me just make sure that the chat is open. Okay, so everyone can introduce yourself, telling where you are connecting from. I'm just bringing my dear friend Antonio to the stage, and also my dear friend Sean. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Good to see you. You're looking sharp today.
Good to see you. Yeah, I took a shower to get ready. Always good to see you. Hello, Sean. How are you, my friend?
Hello. How are you all doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you all. Look, we are, as I said to those who are joining, we are not yet on the webinar, okay? So we'll start in 2 minutes, okay? This is just the time for you to introduce yourself, get it ready to start in 2 minutes. And in 2 minutes, I will start also live streaming on LinkedIn, okay? So I will just make sure I put the right credentials, and we'll be live in 2 minutes.
Good. We have 93 already. Nice.
Yeah, it's coming. So all the 96. So hello, Gilbert. Hello. Yeah. So people are joining. Yeah, all the time. Hi, Victor. Victor from Mexico. Tiago from Brazil. So yeah, it's super nice. So look, this chat is for all of you. It's free, and it's free for you to use. So just introduce yourself. And important, if you have questions, please do not put them on the chat. Put them on the Q&A. Okay, just to make sure you are on the right frame here. We have many people joining already. So let me just prepare here for going live on the live stream. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Okay, and I will be ready. Okay. Okay. Okay, so right now I am going live also on the other platforms. Hello, everyone. Hello, Antonio. Hello, Sean. Hello, everyone here on Zoom. Hello, everyone joining us on LinkedIn, on
Hi, Jason.
YouTube.
Hi, Antonio.
We are very happy to see. Hi, Sean. How are you, my friend?
I'm well, thank you. I'm well, Ricardo. It's great to be here. It's great to be here.
See you.
Hey,
Hello, everyone here on Zoom. Okay, I'm just because there is a delay here on the live stream, so just put it on mute. Antonio.
Well, it's great. Big day for us. It's like a big celebration. We made this announcement a few days ago, but today we make it a reality and we make a showcase of what we've been working with Sean, I think maybe 4 months already. So very, very excited about this session today. Really great, Ricardo. I think this is another milestone in our partnership, which is going to be a big one.
Yeah, no.
Thank you everyone for joining.
Yeah, absolutely. And why we are doing this webinar, it's as you all know, it has been 2 years that Antonio and I are really working like crazy here, trying to really set new boundaries for the use of AI, specifically in project management. We released the articles, we did a lot of work, the webinar that happens every month that we do, the certification. We'll share with you very soon some news on the certification, so stay tuned. Also the masterclass. So we are trying to do our best to really bring AI as something very powerful to the work we do. And one of the initiatives that we did is the Venture Lab. And the Venture Lab aims to explore possibilities of tools, of things we can do in terms of tools to support project managers. And we did several rounds of evaluation, and we will have news for you later. But we want to really kick off this announcing our partnership with Coworked and Shaun for Harmony, because it's very, very disruptive, because it's the first tool we saw that is fully project manager oriented and using AI agents. It means that it's not a tool that you enter in a website and use it. No, it will be like a project manager working on your side. And it's really a very, very, we showed this on our latest masterclass, the masterclass 6, and it was really super impressive, right? I know that Antonio has something to say, but just some housekeeping. Please send your questions on the Q&A and not on the chat, because it's very hard for us to track the chat. The webinar is being recorded and will be shared, as everything we do, with all of you. Okay, so please, Antonio, ball to you. Sure. And you can introduce Shaun for us.
Well, just to build on what you're saying and why we launched the AI PM Venture Lab, I think our vision is that there's an opportunity now in the next year and past year is for us in the profession to become more entrepreneur, right? So it's an opportunity of develop things that we thought about it for years that were issues. And that's why Ricardo and I thought, let's support anyone that has an idea. And that's where we came across Shaun. The other thing that we have a vision that if Salesforce became a unicorn and there's just maybe 5% of people who work in sales, imagine the amount of people who need project management tools. It's millions. So we could create some tools that go beyond Salesforce, because everyone is doing projects. So the potential is huge. And we're very glad to have met Shaun to come to us and pitch his idea. And we've been working hard together to get to where we stand. There's still some next steps, but I think the things are going and very exciting. And Shaun is extremely experienced on startups as well. So Shaun, thank you for being here, and the floor is yours. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm again super excited to be here, Antonio. Thank you for that introduction. Thank you, Ricardo, as well. You two have been brilliant partners as we've been continuing to bring Harmony to the world, for the world to see, to meet. We're doing something different here. And we look forward to hearing the feedback, the questions, and for what it's worth, you know, we're coachable. So any suggestions, we take meaningful ones certainly to heart. And why don't we get going here? I will share my screen.
Antonio, I will remove ourselves from the spotlight, okay? And I will put Shaun. So Shaun.
Yes.
I'm putting you on spotlight now.
Wonderful. Okay. And I'm going to ask the classic cliche question. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
You do? Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, hello again. I'm Shaun Harris. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Coworked. We're again excited to be here to share with you the innovation that we have been developing. I'm going to start by just providing like our vision, like what is it that we'd want to see happen in the world? And effectively, it is that we want to have, you know, enterprise change to be as seamless as day-to-day operations, right? To make it as integral and as fluid an exercise as, shining the sphere, if you will, within operations. And so that is kind of our North Star, that it is so embedded that a organization can change more rapidly with harmony and people working together side by side. And so our mission is fundamentally to empower, and I want to make sure I double down on those words, empower enterprise teams with AI project coworkers that truly seek to enhance the capable, to make it such that you can do more without compromise. That is our that is our mission. Our team, our team is made up of project management professionals, those that are AI experts and have received, renowned degrees in their understanding of reinforcement learning and machine learning. And pretty much all of the team has come from enterprise technology. We are building a solution for the enterprise, and we are supported by brilliant advisors, including Antonio and Ricardo, Mike, Paul, and Eldine, who are all C-suite executives from Fortune 500 companies who have seen it, who are helping to guide us, to help us to understand truly, where the rubber meets the road and what's key and important. And so I'm thankful to have this team to help us in bringing harmony to the world. One of the things that we know within the execution of projects is that project managers are the backbone, right? Project managers make it happen. And I have the opportunity to talk to both certainly PMO leaders, delivery leaders, and project managers alike. And one of the fundamental questions that I always ask, and I want to ask this group here as well, is why did you become a project manager? I'd like to understand this, and if you don't mind, like, make a comment in the chat. And for a moment here, I want to observe, see if I can pull that back up again. Yeah, I want to see, why did you become a project manager? I love to drive change. Okay, wonderful. Fruits of my labor, to improve processes, to make things happen,
Drive change.
make impact. Yeah, yeah. Seeing some, you have to be responsible for bigger business
Not
delivery.
two days are alike. I love that.
Yeah, I love to drive change. Yeah,
Benefit
benefit
realization,
realization. I love it.
interesting work, bringing
Yeah,
organizations forward,
bring
being
change process.
thing. It's so fast that it's
Yeah, yeah.
super
No, but
good
I'm
to
I'm
get.
thankful for this. I'm thankful for this this contribution. This is going to be we can hopefully save this chat as well, because we can synthesize this a
Yeah.
bit later. But please, yeah, keep providing.
I
To
like
love to
what
be in
Eric was
control.
saying. Implement systematic innovation, and good to see you, Eric. It's been a while.
Yeah, this is
Implement systematic innovation. Yeah.
yeah, evolution of sales camp to PM. Okay, create value. Yeah, absolutely. So like, there's there is a bunch of statements here that speak to truly being on the balcony, for what it's worth, right? Being in a position, I saw the word control, being the one who can help in driving and making things happen. And this is exactly what we've been hearing. So I want to share, like, yeah, what is it that we have been hearing? We've heard from leaders, hey, Sean, I wanted to be strategic. I wanted to be aligned to driving the business. That, I wanted to be aligned to outcomes. That I wanted to lead a team of people, right? And certainly, if you are from if you have a little bit of like that entrepreneur in you, you like to do it again and again in different circumstances and kind of kind of experience that over and over again, like being strategic in a new moment, being aligned to the business and driving outcomes in that new moment, and leading teams, a new group of folks maybe in that unique endeavor. And so I thank you all for providing like your input here. I see the last one from Joe O'Connor around to improve organizational efficiencies. I love to add value. Yeah, that's exactly what we've been hearing. And so the flip of that, the other side of the coin I'm going to share is what we have not have heard from anyone. And that is, I love spending time, managing routine tasks, dependency mapping, compiling status reports, sending resource reminders. Literally, there's that list of things that are important, that are supportive of project success, but aren't necessarily the things that get you tickled and wake you up in the morning, right? And so I wanted to share kind of this flip side of it as well, right? And typically, as I'm talking with PMO leaders and project leaders, and we have this conversation, there's usually a smile on their face when that light bulb goes off and goes, yeah, and like doing those things. So now I'm gonna share a brief intro video for Harmony.
Managing enterprise projects can be overwhelming. Meet Harmony, your AI project manager. With just an email or message, whether it's a statement of work, business case document, or engagement letter, Harmony instantly creates your project schedule. Dependencies mapped, resources assigned and alerted based on skills and availability, deadlines placed in calendars, and timelines set, all in seconds. Harmony doesn't stop there. It actively manages risks, keeps stakeholders aligned with personalized status updates, and ensures compliance with organizational standards to avoid costly delays. Seamlessly integrating with the tools your team already uses: Outlook, Asana, Jira, Smartsheet, Google Sheets, MS Planner, and more. It keeps your communication smooth across Slack, WhatsApp, Teams, email, and even voice. Via the Supervisor portal, you have complete visibility into Harmony's interaction with project team members and overall project health. Why choose Harmony? Real-time risk management, personalized stakeholder status reporting, greater resource-to-task alignment, unlock efficiency, streamline delivery, and empower your team to focus on what truly matters: success. Harmony, your AI project manager.
Awesome. So to provide a little bit more, so we've built this on top of our proprietary AI agent framework. This provides us the ability to strictly control Harmony's behavior, its outputs, right, to make sure that there is no, for what it's worth, hallucinations in it. Provides the ability to have long-term understanding of a moment, of a situation from a context perspective, right? We want to be able to not just act in the immediate moment, but potentially act hours from now, days from now, weeks from now, months from now, and still maintain exactly the state that a given task, if you will, was in. The ability to split and do multiple operations at one time. We had to do this because it didn't exist in the way that we needed it for an enterprise solution. Also, we want it to be such that you don't have to change the way you work, right? So we use and then work with your existing tools. We are agnostic. We will work with what you work with, allowing Harmony to create plans in Google Sheets, to Asana, to whatever it may be, assign resources there, effectively work in that tool as a coworker would work in the tool. And from a communication perspective, there too, our expectation is not that you now have to, as a team member, jump into some new application. This is not looking to replace any of those PM tools that I just mentioned. It's additive to the environment. Hopefully, what we aspire to is to lift the tide, right? To lift all boats. And so you communicate with it through email, through Slack, through Teams. And we have an emerging capability that's going to allow you to have a voice conversation with Harmony as well. So why don't we do this? I'm going to jump into a quick demo here. And so, as I mentioned, the way that you interact with Harmony is through the channels that you already use. So here, what I'd like to do is just kick off a new project. So I'm going to say, hi, Harmony. Can you start a new project? And I can't spell project for me. See docs. Docs attached. And so, you know, if you recall in the video, it mentioned that if you provide Harmony with a business case document, depending on the nature of the business, a statement of work, a charter, it will use those just like we use those to kind of better understand and initiate a project. That coupled with organizational understanding, any governance and any rules that may be established by the firm, providing one of those artifacts, plus if you have it, a resource listing initially, you know, you seed Harmony with some understanding of who the resources are. Over time, it starts to get an understanding of what the available resources can be, and will automatically assign those resources as a part of this practice. So we will email Harmony, new project request. And then I'm going to grab two documents here. I'm going to grab a business case and a resource list. And again, business case has what you'd expect to have in it from, you know, what's the pain point? What are we going after? What is it going to cost? When are we going to start realizing benefits? You know, and all of the, you know, NPV information and things that you would expect to find in such a document that would lend itself for stack ranking and gaining the approval to become an authorized project. And the resource listing has skill set, name, and job role and email and contact information so Harmony can reach out to them. So I will send that over. Now, even though the things that may take us days, weeks, and hours still takes Harmony minutes, and sometimes I got to be thoughtful about the use of time. So I went ahead and we will see Harmony pop up in here with that new submission I just shot over. But what I did was I got ahead of it. And so what Harmony will send over is initially the project charter, right? And so once the charter is sent over, you can review that, making, and I'll grab that real quick, making modifications to that, resubmitting it to Harmony, approving it, and I'll show you where that takes place. But here is an example of a charter that you know, has a lot of the expected details in there. However, this is just a sampling that we put together, and it can look the way that you would need it to look for your organization. We're not forcing anyone to be any way in that regard. So I'm going to go back to the email. So we approve that. Next thing we will receive are initial benefits management plan, assumption log. What did Harmony need, believe to be true at that point in time, and certainly the initial stakeholder register. With those again approved, Harmony will put together the project management plan, and this is all just the foundation laying, right? This is just really setting in place some of, not all of, the initial planning documents, the how-to guides that we all know of and sometimes use and sometimes don't. Harmony will ensure that they exist for the purposes of the execution of a project. In this case, the initial plan has come over, and so I will open that plan. In this case, we had it put the plan into Google Sheets, but again, it can exist wherever you work. So Harmony developed this plan, assigned me to some tasks, assigned Anna to some tasks, Emily to some tasks. It mapped out some dependencies, the start and the end dates. We're tracking costs and planned hours and actual hours. Again, all this information would exist within the platform that you currently use. So I'm good with this plan, right? So what I'm going to do is jump back over into email and just respond to this and say, hi, I approve this plan, right? In approving the plan, what will happen is that there's a baselining that will occur. And that becomes like the plan that we're moving forward with. And for what it's worth, assignments start to take place. So Harmony will review the tasks within the plan, within the schedule, and start issuing out emails to team members, letting them know, hey, you are now assigned to this task. You know, here's the due date. Start cranking, if you will, on that task work. And so that will come over here in a moment. And we're not done with the plan. We're going to jump back to the plan in a second here. So let's just, we will see here that, you know, I've received my initial guidance that, hey, Sean, I'm excited to inform you. Aren't we always excited when we get more task work? But I'm excited to inform you that you have work to do, right? And so there's quite a bit of it. You know what? I am a person who likes to get after it. So I'm going to let Harmony know that, you know, hi, Harmony. I'm always kind to Harmony, you know. Hi, Harmony. I'm just going to be, it will be formal for project 2817. Task ID 1.1. I have completed. %. And used 20 hours. All right, so I'm going to send this over to Harmony. Yep. And let's jump back over here. And so what we should see here is the fact that Harmony will go in and update these details in that first row. And that should take a moment here for that to happen. We'll be patient. Let me see if there's any questions while that happens. Any comments? I mean, attachments are the inputs need to be standardized or structured. The inputs adhere to your expected gold standards, Tiago. So the input structure would align to what you would expect folks within your organization to send over. So it aligns to you, not you don't align to Harmony. Yeah, mistakes. So they have a presentation too funny. Yeah, so you'll see that Harmony made that update, updated the % complete, updated the actual hours. That's awesome. So now I'm going to jump into Slack, and I'd already stage a note here and just saying, hey, Harmony, can you provide a status report for project 2817? And so Harmony will go through and start better understanding, kind of where we are at this point in time, and produce a status report. Now, as you'd expect, we just created this project. There's a lot of things that are future dated. So there's going to be a lot of things that are still in the green or look good. So we'll wait for that to come back here as well. So great, thanks. Show us how do you show for us how you make your attachments. Yeah, so Adalto. The attachments are going to be the documents that you would have created and sent over to a human project manager, and show. Yeah, could you show the format of the information in the business case? Yeah, sure. I will pull that up. No problem. While Harmony produces the status report over there, I will.
Shaun, I will just ask you, when you were answering the questions, please make sure you read the question out loud so people know, so we can benefit.
I see. Understood.
Okay?
Yep. Apologies. Yeah. Let me grab the document that I used. Okay. Here's the one that we sent over to Harmony. So this is the one that we built the plan around. So this is what it looked like. This is a random company selected. So don't read into that. Probably these are some of the things, for an SOW at least, these are some of the things that, you'd want to have in it. Again, we more so would align to what your business expects. You know what, let me, because I don't like to let things go. Let me take this, if you guys don't mind. And is there any questions, Ricardo, Antonio, that I can answer that are in the Q&A?
Absolutely. So I will try to take ones here while you do. So first, I don't know, Shaun, about Microsoft Project. Do you want to say something about integration with Microsoft Project?
Yeah, so with Microsoft Project, this is one where we actually have to ingest the file, as there's no kind of direct API outside of the Microsoft Project Online, which we can connect into. But we're finding that some organizations aren't using Project Online, just still using the flat file. So certainly we'd want to better understand how you work with teams with an MPP file. But certainly we can support it.
Okay.
Yes.
Franco, what are your direct or indirect competitors right now, and how do you differentiate from them? Shaun, do you want to take this one?
Yeah. I'll tell you, like right now, the biggest competitor that we bump into in the market is status quo. Hey, this is how we do it. Is the number one competitor at this point. Given the nature of what we're doing, we're not trying to be your new Asana or your new Jira, and even those capabilities with AI sprinkled in. That's not us, right? We're pursuing a whole net new and novel capability here. That's why there is no, if you will, outside of the observability portal, which I'll show you in a second. There's not a new tool to use here. our goal is such that it's working with Harmony is going to be like, I just hired a PM in Lisbon, or I just hired a PM in Buenos Aires, or I just hired a PM in Colorado, and I want them to start working in our environment. And so there are, if you will, productivity tools, and but it's a whole new UI. It's the sense of what they're doing is still very typical and classic. And we've been talking to people saying the team at Coworked went into the future and we brought back Harmony, right, for everyone today. And so we are constantly on the hunt for an explicit competitor who's building this type of interaction. And we welcome certainly the validation in that regard. So that's what I would say. Status quo is the number one.
If I can add, because then I will also answer another question. Were any specific lessons learned from the PMOTO research and the developments applied to the new initiative? And if so, which ones? I can tell an answer on that. The most important is that everyone working in AI is building a house in the land that is being prepared. It means that the only certainty we all have is, I would say, that the amount of volatility in this arena. And I think this is exactly why, for example, we are developing and adapting and developing and adapting, because this is how AI projects are, and there is no way we can wait for stability on that. We saw, for example, yesterday, some regulations on AI were changed. Today, we are talking about new data centers. Tomorrow will be a new something. So we need just to be prepared. And this is why it's so challenging for us to say, okay, which is the competitor today? And most of the time, the competitor we have is really status quo. People just want to continue doing the way they do. And it's simple like that. So just to answer your question on that, back to you, Sean.
Yeah, there's a comment here from Kevin Darbinet, and I apologize for misstating that. You said Microsoft Project Agent. I've seen it. I get it. I think that, yeah, if there is an alignment in terms of how we're the idea of an agent, sure. In terms of where we're going with Harmony, I'd be intrigued to see if Microsoft will go to where what we're doing and where we're going with it. But for sure, I've seen that capability as well for those who are pro users of Copilot. Here's the status report that Harmony generated, at least the initial one. It's on track, and this was for that project 2817. A more detailed one would get created as well. And so if I looked at the Anita, you're right, that pictures say more than words. And so I will show you in a moment if I can navigate my desktop. I will show you. First, I'm going to show you the status report very quickly. And then after that, I will show you. I think this was it right here. So this is it, again, just a more detailed understanding of where things are, milestone-wise, individual-wise, what was completed, the risks that had been identified as well, right? It's a little bit more detailed than what was in that email, and Harmony will send those out, to team members as well. So in addition, we do have what we call the supervisor portal. The intent of this portal, as you may recall from the video, is to show is to give you a peek into Harmony's brain, kind of what its interactions have been with the team, and allow you to see a broader sense for Harmony's perspective on projects as it sees more and more projects in the organization, wherever they're taking place, whatever tool that you're using, right? Because again, we will work across Planner, we'll work across Asana. And one thing I know for sure from the conversations we've had with countless organizations is people are using all of them in different places. And so Harmony is able to work across all of them. So there is a view of a project within Harmony, where you can see, get a description, get a sense for what recent changes and activities have taken place, any ongoing risks. All of the artifacts that are created will be found, will be indexed, will be revised here from a auditing perspective. We maintain this is an initial risk register of a couple of items that Harmony derived in the beginning of the project. Both this is looking at the outside world, centered on the project, as well as what may be potential risks on the inside, say like a resource related risk, where somebody's on multiple projects, and there's something that could happen. If there's a delay in one, it could push into another, having that kind of visibility. But again, this is not a new place for people to work. This is truly just more observability than anything, and oversight from a management perspective is how we think of it. So
Sean, if you don't
yeah.
mind, we
Yep.
have almost 60 questions here. So I'm trying to consolidate just on the benefit of time. Otherwise, we'll not be able to answer. So some
of them I can answer too. Some of them I could follow up as well if there was a form.
Yeah, of course.
But keep going.
But let's
Yeah.
try to take the most. First, can we customize these templates to make sure that they look like my company templates? This is the
100%. Like this is, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, what does it take to set up Harmony in an organization? Do we set up differently for each organization? How is this setup happens? And about pricing, okay? How Harmony is priced?
Yep. So the setup is, once agreements are in place, we activate your domain in our platform, designate the individuals who you want to have interactions with Harmony at a initial management level, and then projects can start being created. The setup where we have, your company emailing a very specific email address with that interaction that I just showed you from an email perspective would happen. There is a couple one-click setups when it comes to Teams, or it comes to Slack setup as well. But once you do that, it's good for the organization. And so, we have a playbook that we walk through. I would say, the biggest delays there will just be, just aligning the work within the queue for IT to work with us to get that turned on. And I'm going to talk about pricing here in a second. So
okay,
I'm going to crank through these. So, and then we'll come back to the 60 to see if I'm going to go faster here. So we think that our platform, from our interactions, will increase productivity, project management task related productivity by 5x, giving certainly project teams an opportunity to more coalesce, more focus on strategic decision making, for what it's worth, do more of the projects that you love doing, as well as Harmony takes on the underlying routine tasks. From a pricing perspective, we have a fee that is based on active projects under management. There is no per user fee, so pretty much everyone in your organization can interact with Harmony without there being a seat fee. You wouldn't have a seat fee to interact with your colleague, right? You know what I'm saying? And we scale to match your usage, that being scaling up and scaling down to match your usage. And certainly pricing is something we would certainly want to discuss with you one-on-one. Just to recap, from a capability perspective, we don't expect you to change your existing workflows or solutions. Work the way you work. We handle project planning, resource management, risk management, reporting and documentation. Harmony will sit in on meetings, take the capture from the meeting, add it into project knowledge immediately, add action items into trackable action items as an integrated part of the whole, right? Not just as a side standalone capability that someone has to merge in and figure out. Harmony is managing it as a whole. And so, as I mentioned, we have an agnostic perspective on your tooling and want to make it as flexible and accessible as possible from a communication perspective. I'd say, like, for us, you know, if we ask ourselves a question, is Harmony right for you? You know, are you a PMO leader in a mid to large enterprise? Are you overseeing 50 or more projects per year? Could you and your teams benefit from more time to focus on strategy and outcomes? All arm's length questions that hopefully align to your desire to kind of maybe do things differently. And so, you know, we're excited about what we're doing. If you want to learn more, if you're, you know, aligned to kind of the prescription I just mentioned, then please scan the QR code. It'll drop you on a contact page where you can reach out and share more. So, like, let's do rapid fire on these questions, Ricardo.
Yeah, no, thank you, Sean. I will just remove you from the spotlight, and I want just to make some quick announcements before the next question. So I'll just put myself on spotlight because I have some I hope very good news. The first one now, okay, right now, our certification AIPM for, I know that many of you watching are already doing and studying the AIPM. The new prep material and the new exams are live now, okay? It means that if you are enrolled, just go there now and you will see the new videos of Antonio, the new videos of myself. We didn't remove any previous material. We left them as optional if you want. So now it's much easier for you to prepare for that. And the new exam is already, so an updated exam that we believe are even, I would say, better and more reliable. So we learned a lot and we are reaching 300. So we are very happy to do that. My next announcement, Antonio and I decided also to do a combo of discounts on this. So first, for the certification, if you use to honor Harmony and the concept, so the AI agent coupon, you get 100% off on the certification. You have 100% on our next masterclass that is already confirmed for March 25th and 26th. Will be cohort number 7, okay? Number 7. So also this. And the best one, it's we did a bundle, the same one of $699, including the exam, including the masterclass, and including the prep material. So we did that really something to help you on your preparation. We decided this today, and it's all of this is live right now. We just want to share this and do not miss, because I saw so many participants here that are already, and we are super happy, especially with this, okay? Because this took us a lot of work and a lot of effort. So yeah, Antonio, just want to make sure we do not miss this before we end up. So AI agents is the code. Sean, let's go.
Ricardo, just one point to add to you.
Please.
So, a few weeks before the end of the year, we saw that our masterclass and certification was ranked #1 on AI project management certification in the digital project manager. So that's something great. The other thing, Ricardo, is we need to share that there are a few companies that have reached out to us to train their project management community. So if you're in an organization and you want your colleagues, we'll do a specific masterclass. And so that's something that we want to focus in the next year too. So yeah, we have a few big companies that have come and say for this year, train our project managers on AI. So that's the other great news.
Yeah, and some of them we cannot disclose yet the names.
No, we cannot share the names.
Soon. They are big, gigantic. Not small, not mid-size. We are talking about really global organizations in different sectors, tech, pharma, pharma products. So we'll keep you posted on that too.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you.
The last.
Yeah, I am trying to answer questions here, but you can ask them too. As you
Sean, do you want me to do that? Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
next batch of questions for you. I'm good on interviewing. So next batch of questions.
Yeah.
What framework are you using? How do you handle data privacy and corporate private information inside Harmony?
Yeah. So when it asks the framework question is it could mean a number of different things. So I'm not when it comes to I guess project related work, we've settled in on a standardized framework that is widely accepted within the project management space, and that being at an arm's length, to drive projects through an initiation to a close, right? And so there's a lot of different steps that you go through there, while having a dynamic capability to deal with the uniqueness of both people and environments. And so that's what I'll say on framework from a security perspective, enterprise security perspective. And we are dealing with very large companies already, is to say that we have a multi-tenant environment where we discreetly separate out company information. We adhere to what you'd expect an organization to do when it comes to things like ISO 27001, and we, everything is certainly, like you said, encrypted in flight, encrypted at rest, and what's most important, again, separated, right, from an organization perspective. We authenticate against domains, we authenticate against individual users within the environment, and so far we've kind of made it through the security audits of some pretty large companies.
Okay. One second, enterprise. The project management, can Harmony consolidate data from multiple platforms to generate a unique report?
Yes. Yeah. So if you're using not just certainly PM tools, but if there is other data sources where there are a Confluence could be an example. If you have information in a Confluence board, Harmony would use that as project knowledge, in addition to what it sees in schedules, in addition to what has occurred through email communications, to provide a holistic view on kind of what is the state of things going on right now. Is there misalignments in what somebody's saying and what we're seeing for updates and statuses, and teasing out some of that as well.
Yeah, perfect. A question from Jasen. I will start answering, and then you and Antonio can go back. From Harmony, you reach a conclusion that no need for prompt engineering skills. Do we consider Harmony a game changer in the AI field in this case? Let me take the first part. I believe, and I already shared this on some videos and also on our monthly webinars, I think the concept of prompt engineering is changing dramatically with the evolution of large language models. It's requiring, as I always say, this journey between 0 and 100, that you do the first steps and then you fix the other ones at the end. What is happening is with O3, O1, and these new models, they are becoming so good on understanding you that you do not need to craft these crazy prompts to do that. And on Harmony side, I will defer to Sean the answer, but I believe it's absolutely a game changer. But Sean, both of you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when it comes to specifically the large language models. I'm excited about the continued advancements because as those underlying models advance, Harmony just becomes better, right? With respects to the vertical focus that we have of delivering exceptional project management support and project management task execution, right? And so that is exciting. And yeah, as an underlying ideal, sure. Now this is stripping away the need for from a LLM perspective for you to do explicit prompting to it or what have you. But this is so much more than that, right? LLMs, for what it's worth, is just like one algorithm in many algorithms that our solution uses to deliver on what it means to drive project management task execution.
Great. Anita, what about the graphical solutions? A picture often says more than 1,000 words.
Yeah, we kind of just went through that on the supervisor portal where we have some initial visuals there. But that undoubtedly we get that, right? And we'll continue to advance with more and more of those visuals within the platform that we will send over.
We cannot share, but Antonio, Shaun, and I last week in our weekly call, Shaun shared with us a list of features we are developing for Harmony. And Shaun, if I'm not wrong, it's something like 300, right?
It's a lot.
Features. So it's things that Harmony will do, like a risk log, like a report, and there's so more than 300 items we develop, and we are prioritizing. It's impossible to develop everything, but we are prioritizing. Do you remember we discussed it? It's
yeah, like I mean, like coaching, like a team member, like development. There's so many discrete things that we expect Harmony to do. Yeah, like as far-reaching as team development. How do we provide guidance on starting to drive more strategic thinking in behavior than the tactical, and Harmony being actively doing that to help in supporting project managers and project teams.
Perfect. Another question, Joseph, Oldemiro, Munir, all of them asking, is there a trial available? Is there a beta available? How we can, test and get our hands on it?
Yeah, visit us at cowork.ai. There's a request a demo. If you're in a mid to large enterprise, this is a solution that is kind of targeted at from an organizational perspective. So yeah, if you're in a mid to large enterprise, delivery leader, PMO leader, reach out to us and we'll share and show you more.
Okay. Thank you. Winston and several others. Can we use in other languages than English?
Yeah, I talked to the team about this because this actually came up on the masterclass session. If you recall, Ricardo, somebody asked about French, I think it was. And yes, so we would have the ability where someone in the US could interact with Harmony in English, and then Harmony being a global citizen. On the other end, when Harmony's communicating to maybe somebody in France, it would be in French, right? And that's one of the beauties of what we're doing here is that yeah, there will be that flexibility to have a variety of languages across teams, with one concern being that project execution.
Okay, perfect. How much does it cost to use Harmony? Teresa asked, and Arshad, I work as a contract PM in different organizations. What would be the monthly cost to use Harmony? Any limitations for someone that provides services to different organizations?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to talk more about that. Certainly depends on the scale. We have again, the way that we've done this is based on a per project basis, not based on seats. But again, it depends on scale. So I'd probably be misguiding you if I provide you with a number now without details about what you're doing. I'll say this from the conversations and interactions that we've had with organizations to this point. In the big scheme, it's a fraction of what you would expect it to be.
Okay. How do you prevent test against hallucinations about the framework? And just if Harmony has its own AI agent framework, can we expect the same results every time? If we feed him with the same questions and date, will it come back with the same answer?
Yeah, so this is why we built the framework, because we were running into a number of concerns around guaranteed outputs, right? So our framework now guarantees outputs. Now, the semantic, if you will, nature of the output will be on par, but or 100%, if you will. Harmony may say some things slightly differently, so it's not like a carbon copy of things. There may be things where, just from a stochastic perspective, right? Like it may say things slightly differently, but the essence of what is being said, you know, is going to be guaranteed, right? So that's like the answer is 100 versus the solution is 100. Right? It's the same thing, but it just said differently. So we'll have some of that in there. But otherwise, yeah, our framework was what is enabling us to have this consistency in output, and something that we take seriously, that we are driving evaluations around. So when we make modifications to the framework, to underlying models, that we're working to make sure that from an evaluation perspective, we're testing for those outputs meet the mark.
So last one here. Just okay. Yeah, people are asking again, where is the data held?
Yeah, so we hold the data for the projects. It's actually in a couple places. One, it'll be in whatever tools that you use, right? So it'll be in your corporate tools. Harmony is using those tools in some respects as a not a source of truth, but a system of record. I was trying to find the right term. A system of record in some respects. But Harmony is maintaining and understanding a meta understanding of all the project status, and we hold that in our secure environment. And again, we're willing to go through any audits that would be needed to evaluate the security of our platform, and we've done it already.
Fantastic. Look, we still have several. I will send them to you, Sean, and
Okay.
I will suggest you to record a video, and we can share on social media and send to the attendees a video of you answering all of them, okay? Antonio, all to you to close the session, my friend. 1 hour has gone.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you to everyone.
More time.
It was amazing. Thank you. I could not imagine a better launch. So thank you. The great questions. The people have similar questions as us, Ricardo, when we started talking to Sean. So we're aligned. And we look forward to the next and the next and the next. This is going to be a great year. So thank you, Sean. Ricardo, my friend. We'll catch up.
My friend, thank you, and see you next week in Madrid. Okay.
All right.
Sean,
more to come.
Thank you very much again for your partnership. Thank you, all of you, for trusting us. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your week and see you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.